vulture, Alex. Just ready
What's
to
up,
jump on
everybody? My name is Joby, and we are the Familiars. We tell a long-form improvised story using the rules of Dungeons & Dragons. We're a bunch of actors that love playing together. And if you like what we do, then you got to check us out on our website. You got to check us out on YouTube for old episodes, and go to Patreon, and you can support us. All of those links are right down below my little mug here. And without further ado, I would like to introduce the cast of The Familiars. First of all, we've got Ben Horner, and he plays Captain Chowder. After Ben, we've got Alex, who plays Rooster. After Alex, we've got Annalise, who plays Worthy. After Annalise, we've got Austin. He plays Thibodeaux. And last but not least, we've got John. He plays all named NPCs. He's my co-DM. He's the person I text when I'm stressed out. But I'm not stressed out right now because, y'all, we are going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Are you guys ready? Oh, man. I, myself, am ready. We ended with a frickin' doozy of an episode last week. So to start off, the party started in the Vault of Dragons underneath Castle Waterdeep, and they had just found a page from the Book of Vile Darkness. Their compatriot, given to them by the Zentarum, had disappeared into the book, and at the top of the episode, Lassus reappeared, but not alone, with a bearded devil by his side. He seemed very intent on taking the page, and the party battled him for it and the bearded devil. Luckily, the party was victorious, and they got
him into cream of mushroom soup.
Yeah, cream of glowing yellow mushroom soup.
Nice.
And got a bag of holding, which seemed like a good receptacle for said page. As I fix my green screen here, try to at least. Anyway, maybe off?
Great.
Yeah, it looks great.
Wait, that's a green screen?
Right? After that, the party decided to investigate the larger space that they were in. And as they left, they looked up and saw that these reliefs of dragon heads, one of them seemed to still have these glowing blue eyes and smoke emanating from its nostrils, which is very surprising. Thibodeaux sent his familiar up to investigate the way out and heard news of the marshaling of troops within Castle Waterdeep, that they were marshaling their forces to head to Golden Fields. There seemed to be some kind of imminent giant incursion there. They decided to go the other way and found their way out back the way they came. They were just about to deliver the page to Manshun in the sewers below Waterdeep when they decided to take a little long rest and go up top. They were deciding between going to a tavern and an inn or heading straight to Mirt, and decided to go to visit the leader of the Harpers within Waterdeep. They visited his dilapidated mansion, and he hurriedly answered the door and begged them to, as quickly as they could, get to his secret stables so that they could leave Waterdeep as fast as possible. He wanted to know, though, why they were helping the Zentarum, and the party told him. Mirt, learning that the party had in possession a page from the Book of Vile Darkness, demanded that the party hand it over, and that he and Lyrel Silverhand were the only ones able to offer protection from the incredibly powerful magic that exists in the book. But it was all happening very fast, and the party didn't know whether to trust him. They didn't know if they wanted to hand it over. It was their one way out from the danger that they had incurred by getting the Zentarum pissed at them. There were loud knocks on the door, and it seemed that the Lord's Alliance were already up at arms about something. They deliberated for too long, and then the doors opened.
And now I'm punishing them.
And now I'm punishing them
They've been
as the
very,
DM.
very bad.
Yeah. Man,
They
maybe we should
did-
have just hopped on those horses.
Yeah, what was our issue
The
there?
We
one
wanted
thing-
to know about
Well-
Cap's wife and child.
Which we learned
We
about.
got that information, and then we kind of kept talking.
Which
We
is
did
huge.
learn
It's huge.
that
Huge.
Winnie and Lydia, Captain Chowder's wife and child, fled the town that they lived in after seeing religious zealots who were wearing the colors of the Church of Lathander, attacking and just aggressively pursuing Winnie's husband, Stanley Booth, now currently Captain Chowder. That they fled. Somehow they made it to Waterdeep, and somehow they made it to Mirt. Mirt took pity on them and spirited them away to a town called Goldenfields. That being said, all of you now find yourself in the dilapidated manse of Mirt. And you are surrounded by 20 Lord's Alliance. The city guard, you know, are dressed in green and brown. That is their uniformed colors. These soldiers are all wearing full scale mail armor with these pristinely white robes over their armor, long swords at the hilt, and heavy metal helmets atop. They have quickly surrounded you, and the leader has his hand on his sword and says, "All right, all of you need to come with us. Mirt, we don't know what you're doing here, but I'm afraid you'll have to come too and explain it to the High Lord. Let's go."
Oh, just a moment. What's this all about, gentlemen? I'm ready to cooperate in any way I can.
Yes, me too. I'm a wizard.
Yes, what is the meaning of this?
I'm simply a poor acolyte of the Church of Lathander, and I'm confused at what such a neutral god could have done to elicit this sort of treatment.
You're all very innocent. Who do you think what is happening, kind sir? Respects given.
A very important artifact has been taken from the castle basement.
That's terrible.
We are investigating many leads, and we have pursued your party to this gentleman's house. There shouldn't be any problems. All you need to do is to come with us and speak with the High Lord. This way.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Yes, we are very easy, innocent people. Of course we'll come.
Great. Thank you. Mirt, you too.
This is ridiculous. I haven't done anything. These people came to my house. And I don't know. They're saying they have some magic page from some book. I don't know it.
Quite concerned about him.
This is preposterous.
All right. It's all right. You're in your own home, old sir. You're safe. You're in your own home.
It's ridiculous. I have all my wits about me. I know it's happening. These people came to my house in the middle of the night. You must believe me.
Why would you
Please.
come to somebody's house in the middle of the night?
Oh, Grandpa.
We were escorted into the city by the Lord's Alliance itself and sent on a mission to investigate the City of the Dead and ensure that proper burial rites had been done in the wake of giant attacks. Now, the groundskeeper herself led us to this house. Not in the middle of the night, I can tell you that.
And Mirt moves over to try to talk to who he thinks is sort of the captain or the person who's in charge, and he says, how many years of service do I have to this city? How many benefices have I done for this community? Or are you going to believe this pack of rogues, or are you going to believe me, Mirt?
And Worthy moves over close to the same captain and just says, I must tell you, I have ushered many a soul out of this life. Some more quickly than others, and when it's long, sometimes it's like this. It's never pleasant. But they start taking their leave of this plane in the mind first. The best we can do is to just leave them in their homes and let them be comfortable.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
Really good.
The
Solid try.
lead member of the Lord's Alliance looks to you, Mirt, and says, they have the book?
That's what they said, supposedly. I don't know whether to trust them or not, but that's what they said, yes.
All right.
We had the book. Why would we tell him that we had the book? It doesn't make any sense.
You're right. It doesn't make any sense. It'll make more sense to the High Lord. This way, please. And you see all of the Lord's Alliance hands go to their swords.
Whoa. We're peaceful
Oh,
wizards.
we're
You don't need
cooperating.
to-
We're cooperating.
The bunch of wizards here, don't you worry.
We will go. Please to speak to the High Lord.
Don't you believe them? They're a pack of liars! Liars and thieves, all of them! That's what they are.
That's rich coming from you.
Come on out, and you guys walk out into the night in Waterdeep. And the streets are empty, except for you see just patrols going to and fro, crossing the streets, going perpendicularly to you, both up and down to the dock ward and up back towards Castle Waterdeep. As you, surrounded, make your way east, and then circling around up, just beginning to get into the castle ward where things get a little bit nicer, making your way up the main road towards the entrance to Castle Waterdeep. And as you make your way up, the imposing structure before you just becomes even more intimidating as you approach it. There are these basically a passageway that is a switchback going up the steep sides of this ridge, and as you begin to climb, you can look out every once in a while, these small arrow slits in the walls, and see that you're climbing up. And finally it straightens out, and you walk towards this main entrance, and the doors, as you approach, open. Two guards open them, and you walk into this stark, large entryway. Huge stone pillars line this large foyer. And as you walk, you look around, and there is no art, there are no tapestries. There is one statue towards the end that you're walking towards, and it's this tall, imposing human figure wearing robes, holding a book, looks to be some sort of wizard with a staff held in the other hand aloft. And it's almost beautiful, but more utilitarian than anything. You make your way around it, and there's another pair of doors behind that. And as you open those,
Whisper to Worthy, like, you can tell a lot about a culture by their art. That's it.
Yes.
you enter a slightly more decorated room, only in the sense that the borders of things are lined in what looks to be gold leaf. Again, it's not artistically beautiful. It seems to very ostentation, Rooster.
Austin Durant?
What?
Yeah. It seems to very obviously want to underline
what are you trying to
status,
prove, you know?
power. Exactly. Yeah, right?
Exactly. Is there like a gold toilet here or something? Like,
You imagine that there might be.
I think folk art is the most beautiful art, but we can talk about that later, Worthy, okay?
And as you enter the room, you see that there is a figure sitting in this, looks to be throne at the top of these stairs. It's a woman dressed in white with this golden circlet around her head. And she sits strangely, unceremoniously in regards to the room, sort of slumped to one side with a hand holding her head up. On either side, there are two other figures. One looks to be a tall half elf or elf, slender, wearing leather armor, and armed with two long daggers on either side. And on the other side is a human in long robes that are red mainly, with strips of gold on either side. And you approach, and as you do, Lyrel stands and says, "Welcome. I take it that you are the next group to be brought before me in the long line of groups, shall we say."
Oh, all right.
Pretty fast waiting. Thank you.
Hold on just one second. And she looks at the head guard and says, "What do you have?" And the head guard steps forward and says, "High Lord, these folk came from Mirt's manse," and he gestures to Mirt. "We had followed them. One of our scouts had noticed that they had exited the sewers and made their way quite quickly to Mirt's manse. We thought it to be a good idea to pursue. Once we were allowed in to Mirt's mansion, Mirt mentioned that they had spoken of a book or a page." At that, Lyrel freezes a bit and looks to Mirt. Says, "Well, yes?"
Yes, my lord, my high lord, my very high lord, you know how many years I have stood in service to this city and all the good deeds I have done for it. I am telling you the truth. This band of vagabonds and vagrants came to the door of my manse. They asked me for information on the wife of one of their party, and then they proceeded to tell me that they had a page from the Book of Vile Darkness. When I asked them to give it to me for safekeeping, they refused. Please, this is the truth. You know me and my reputation and my many years of good service, and I swear to you, that is what happened.
She looks over all of you, and her eyes rest on Thibodeaux. Well, what do you have to say for yourself?
My lord, Lyrel Silverhand, I am as concerned as you are that this book of which Mirt speaks has fallen into the wrong hands. But I assure you, my lady, that we know nothing about it. We're here as emissaries from the cloud giant Zephyrus. We are aiding him in a search to quell the giant uprisings in the north and bring peace to the land. I'm not sure how much you know about cloud giants and the upheaval that has been afflicting them of late. It may worry you to know that King Hecaton, the storm giant king, has gone missing, and that is the cause for this upheaval in the great beings we call giants.
The elf in leather armor leans into Lyrel's ear and whispers. Moves away. You, this is Lyrel speaking, seem to know much of the world, Thibodeaux. It is.
I am a traveler, yes.
And a member of the Lord's Alliance.
It is my sincerest wish to be accepted into the Lord's Alliance, yes. As emissary to the Cloud Giants, yes. I am here to petition you, the High Lord, to be welcomed into the Lord's Alliance.
You get to choose whether you make a persuasion check or a deception check.
Deception, I think. Hold on, let me... Wait, 1 second.
You know what?
Can we pause? Can we?
Wait, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Pause.
No, I was just
Making fun of us.
speaking. I was trying to. This is my attempt.
Okay. I'm gonna make a deception roll.
Okay. Go ahead. It's a 20 for the podcast listeners. He rolled a 20.
Yeah. What I can do?
We are in need. Our forces are spread thin. But there's the matter of the book.
My lady, I would be happy to take on this charge of investigating this crime, if that is what you're asking, but I am, first and foremost, an emissary from the Cloud Giants. The Lord Zephyrus is waiting not a mile outside of the town. It is urgent that we return to him to investigate the absence of the King Hecaton. However, if you would require our services here, we will be honored, and I am obliged to serve you.
What do you know of the giants? We have recently received word that the hill giants around Amphail and, more worryingly, Goldenfields have begun to incur their stupid wrath, throwing boulders at the walls and trying to get in. If they were able to disrupt the flow of food from Goldenfields, I don't think I have to tell you what would happen to the civilized cities and towns of the Sword Coast. There is not a plate that hits a table that does not have at least one or two items from Goldenfields. It is the granary of the North.
Yes, the simple brutes will fight and battle one another endlessly until order is restored.
Yes, my lord. My lord, I'm very sorry, but yes, the giant threat is worrisome to us all, no doubt, but that is not the matter at hand. The matter at hand is that they have a page on their persons of great significance and danger to the realms, and I am trying
Mirt,
to keep it safe.
Mirt, I respectfully, Your Honor, I'm Captain Chowder. I believe this is likely a case, again, Mirt, respectfully, of just a mishearing, a misunderstanding of a situation. We had only known each other for, correct me, Mirt, 2 minutes before...
This is hogwash! I can hear perfectly!
No, again.
Villainy and treason!
No.
My lord, this is villainy and treason.
Lyrell holds her hands up. And the gentleman in the red robes steps forward and just puts a gentle hand on Lyrell's shoulder. And he's looking at you, Worthy. He says, "Do I know you?" "Where are you from?"
Well, originally just outside of Daggerford.
"Outside of Daggerford."
It's where I was born, yes.
"Have you spent any time in Baldur's Gate?"
Do I recognize the colors of the robes that he's wearing?
They are the traditional robes of the Church of Lathander.
A small amount of time as a child. I was a foundling. But I, ashamed as I am to confess it, did nothing of note there. I was sent away by my own temple and told not to return.
What temple was that?
The currently fractured and disgraced Temple of Kelemvor.
The gentleman takes a moment, moves back, whispers something into Lyrel's ear, and moves back to his place. Lyrel puts her head into one hand and just begins massaging her forehead. All right. Empty out your pockets. Empty out your packs. Anything you have, dump it on the ground. Right now.
Absolutely. All right,
Yes.
come on,
Very,
gang.
very well
No
spoken, my
problem.
lord. Very, very well spoken indeed.
I Chowder complies. Doodoo, you too. Oh, you're traveling a bit light these days. Just a joke. Just a joke.
Rooster also empties out Rooster's pack. A lot of boring stuff. You want a torch? I'll gift you this torch, my lady.
I'm okay, thank
Torch
you.
on the ground. Okay, well, I'll take it back then. Thank you.
Thibodeaux?
Mirt empties his pockets onto the floor, and it's like some keys, like a little tin box of like tobacco or snuff, and then like a bunch of money, just like, you know, a lot of sacks of coin.
You see, Mirt isn't as fat as you thought he was. He just had a lot of sacks of coins on his belt.
Nice.
Yeah, I empty out my pack. I take my hat off, leave the wig on.
You can leave your wig on.
I empty out my pack onto the floor.
And the bag of holding?
The page is nested inside a book, right?
And you gotta be thinking about it, right?
I open up the bag of holding and say, my lady, admittedly, I am not experienced in this part of the weave. I do have an understanding that to entirely empty a bag of holding is potentially dangerous, but I will gladly call to mind and call forth everything that I will, with my own hands, have put into this bag, if that is acceptable to you. I swear on the god Kelemvor.
Yes, okay, just take it out. Yes, fine. Take out the things that you have put into the bag. Let's just get this over with.
So,
By
worthy-
Lathander.
I can only imagine how busy you must be.
But again, impressed by how quickly we were able to come find you, knowing what a
Very.
busy day it is. It's nice.
Worthy, who had spent a good 20 minutes Marie Kondoing things into other things into this bag of holding, calls forth vestments of the Church of Kelemvor, 50 feet of hempen rope, a sheet of parchment, 9 flasks of oil, a mace, and a crossbow, a climber's kit, a candle, a censer, a block of incense, the potion of hill giant strength, and a holy book of Kelemvor wrapped in her amulet, Aelvim's amulet, and Destiny's amulet.
Is there anything else in there?
Oh, well, let me look.
Oh, just turn it inside out. If you turn it inside out, a bag of holding, all of the contents will spill out and they will remain unharmed. Come now, please. How long have you been adventuring? Let's just...
I thought...
I'm very new.
I thought that was dangerous.
No, it's not. If the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed, and its contents are scattered in the astral plane. But if the bag is turned inside out, its contents spill forth unharmed, but the bag must be put right before it can be used again.
Yes, you heard her. Turn the bag inside out.
Mirt,
Takes the bag and, like,
what is your deal, man?
just
And the book, with the page inside it, wrapped in... was it wrapped in your cape? How did that work? We can check the tape.
it was wrapped in Thibodeaux's cape.
Thumps onto the ground. Everyone stops and looks. And what is this?
That is a holy text of Kelemvor.
Would you like me to list the things that you have done against the code legal of Waterdeep? I would appreciate any attempt to be straight with me. It will go a very long way.
My lady, I am telling you the truth when I tell you that that is a holy text of the Church of Kelemvor, and it is wrapped in a cloak. Because, as I said, I am new with this whole bag of holding thing, and this text is of great value, and frankly, I didn't want the oil to open up in the bag and spill on the text.
Make a deception check with advantage. You frickin'...
Okay.
Uh, 19.
All right. Get your things. Go now. Pick up your things.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, my lady.
Pick up everything.
My lady, are you not going to do anything? What is happening?
Mirt, this is still a city of rules, law, and justice. I do not believe...
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. She said she had a page from the Book of Vile Darkness, and you're not going to do anything? His face is bright red, like a tomato. His veins are popping out of his nose. You can see the little veins in his nose, just bright red.
Proof is in the pudding, old friend, but thank you for your information.
I don't know what he heard.
You, the four of you, you can't hide behind the Zents. Don't even try. You show your face in this city again, it'll be the last thing you ever do, and don't come looking to Mirt for protection. He takes his money off the ground, he shoves it in his pockets, and he walks out the door.
Mirt! Mirt!
No, not coming, no. He's gone.
The gentleman in the robes whispers into Lyrel's ear again. Steps away. She nods. She says, "Okay. Something is amiss here, and I don't know what it is. How did you know about the Book of Vile Darkness? At least tell me that. I believe that Mirt is telling the truth, even if you do not currently possess it."
My lady,
Why would you even say that to him? Why would you bring that up?
I didn't.
Well, we have an esteemed Doom Guard in
Doom
our
Guide.
Doom Guide. Please
Doom
excuse
Guide.
me. It's like a spoonerism. Is a student of great sacred texts, and believe me, the names of the books that I've heard in our travels the last few weeks, the book of good exalted deeds, the book of the vile darkness. I've heard them all. It comes up.
I am a
Surely
chatterbox.
that's not unreasonable.
She looks at you, Worthy, and says, "Are you aware of why the Church of Kelemvor is fractured in Baldur's Gate?"
No.
Are you
cannot say
aware
that I am.
of the murder that took place in the Church of Lathander?
That must have been after I left. I
The
left
gen-
there 5 years ago. I know nothing of a murder in the Church of Lathander.
The gentleman steps forward and says, "We have had much trouble with the High Lords of the Church of Kelemvor and believe that they have been in contact with devils. We believe that there is a war taking place within the Nine Hells, and that the leaders of each level of hell is looking for the pieces of this book. Do you understand what could take place if they were to get them, put them together, and be able to use it as one? They would know the names of every fiend, devil, abomination that is not only present in this world, but in histories past and in all of the planes of existence. They would have the true names of the gods. They would have the spells that would... There is evil so deep and dark within the pages of that book that it was ripped to shreds 10,000 years ago by some of, well, either foolhardy or heroic folk that time has ever known. And for reasons beyond anyone's comprehension, it is beginning to wake up. Anyone who has any part in allowing this book back into the Nine Hells will have the responsibility of devils rising up and ruling over the Sword Coast and beyond. We have just finished the war with the dragons. We have finally shown that humans and humanoids can live together without the tyranny of such hellish beasts. Now we are living in a world where giants are destroying cities, and Rooster pieces out. You feel,
She does that sometimes.
I hope that you, I just hope that you understand the gravity of what you speak of, and to not toss such ideas, names around so lightly.
You will have to forgive me. I have lived a very cloistered life. And the last 5 years and the last few weeks have been an education. I will be more careful in the future.
In that same spirit, if we were to come across some of these pages in our travels, just because I sense that we're kind of wrapping this up, what would be the course of action if it were to come into our possession.
Why can they not be destroyed?
Lyrel looks up to the gentleman in the robes. The robed gentleman continues. They tried.
Okay, just thinking ahead, just again.
They tried to destroy them. And it created a desert. It cannot be broken. Just as evil will never be eradicated from the world, the book seems to be unable to be destroyed. The best that folk were able to do was to separate it and hide those pieces. All right.
Excuse me,
Well-
my lady.
Yes.
I would be remiss if I did not say, in our stay in your city, as emissaries, we were approached by Zentarum agents seeking this book. I suspected Mirt of being one, which is why I mentioned it. But you should look to your citizens.
How were you approached? This is Lyrel.
Violently.
Ambushed.
Where?
The Dark Wards, my lady.
Tried to smash me.
Smash you, you say?
Yes.
In the traditional sense.
Yes, in the physical sense.
Well,
Not the other physical sense.
What are you talking
There are
about?
lots of... I would go up to her and I put my hand out and kind of hit on her and go, there are lots of ways to...
Rooster
yes.
employs a sort of
I think-
proletariat
yes.
vernacular. Yeah.
I understand.
like ladies with wisdom. And
Okay. I...
a certain age.
Rooster.
Okay.
A couple guards from the sides kind of take some steps towards Rooster. As you come back, they sort of
So,
go back
my
against
lady,
the
if I
wall.
could just say one more
Lyrel
thing.
holds her hand up. Yes.
I hate your interior decorator. I think you can do better. I don't think
Rooster.
gold is where it's at. Okay, thank you.
You need to speak with our captain of the guard and tell him exactly where you were approached by the Zentarum. We have been dealing with a heightened level of violence over the past year. It has been unthinkable. I will say this. If you were to make your way to Golden Fields, if you were to offer your services to the folk there,
Yes.
it would go a long way of relieving any, and she looks at her two companions, lingering suspicion that we may have about your party, as it were. Mirt is a trusted friend. I have known him for a long time. I know that, yes, at points he can be hyperbolic and a worrier. But I've learned my lesson in not listening to at least the spirit of the worry, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So, if you were to go to Golden Fields and prove your worth in helping to defend the city against any and all threats, it would be a benefit. She looks to you, Thibodeaux, and says, if you truly are looking for entrance into the Lord's Alliance, show us. Prove your worth on the battlefield. Show us your true colors, your true self. If you do, we can talk.
My lady, I am happy to serve you, and I hope that my valor will prove sufficient to you, and that you will act favorably in my petition to enter the Lord's Alliance. And I bow just deeply and back away.
She looks to the gentleman in the leather armor and just says, "Send in the next group." And she looks to you and she says, "That will be all. Thank you."
Thank you. If we could,
Thank you. Oh,
would you mind getting us set up with a rash of rooms, maybe a hot meal? We can rest up, and first thing in the morning, we'll head out to Golden Vale.
Fields.
Golden Fields.
There are plenty of inns and taverns throughout the city of Waterdeep that would be happy to house you. That'll be all.
All right. No vouchers. No vouchers. That's fine. All right.
I don't know how you weight your digital dice, Thibodeaux, but you guys walk out.
every time.
You guys walk out.
+7.
How do you have a +7?
I
amazing.
texted John with the difficulty class of what it would take for you guys to not go to jail for a week.
True fact.
And you guys, I just can't believe it. Even with a +7, you guys
jail
walk out.
and then
We're walking free.
hard labor.
Thank
Jail
you.
and
Really?
hard labor. For,
Jail,
for a
hard
year.
labor. Yeah, and like,
Yeah, like the end of the campaign.
Yes.
I can't. I can't. You guys
I'm gonna
walk
get, I'm
out.
gonna get you guys.
You got a ragtag troop of underdogs on your hands or something.
You guys
Playing
walk out.
fast and loose.
John, your character survived this time, so I feel like that's a win.
Yeah, big
It's
win.
true. You guys make your way out of the Castle Waterdeep, unhindered by guards, and now the city is before you. You walk out into the castle ward, the Castle of Waterdeep, standing behind you now, and you see that again the streets are empty. It is beginning to get to be late into the evening. You feel it's around, 11 or even midnight, and you see that there is a strong presence of City Guard and Lord's Alliance on every corner. Where is it that you would like to go?
Do we want to try and hitch our ride again?
I want
Is he gonna go? Yeah, I want to rest.
to
Yeah,
rest.
but he's gonna go if we don't rest.
he-
That's all I'm saying is, do we want to let him go?
Oh wait, he'll go if we rest. He'll already be gone. So let's
Zephyros
rest on-
is I want to say a half day's ride to, because you guys took griffins here.
Yeah, if we meet anything.
I guess we goodbye, Zephyros.
Well,
He was
but if-
going north anyway.
Yeah.
which is not where is Golden Field south? Where is it?
So,
I thought it was north, right?
Oh wait, so wait, are you saying we should just let Zephyros go, Worthy? I'm confused what you're saying.
All I'm saying is that
That's transport. You
we
can't
have had
get that.
we have had so many close calls. Unless there is some way to rest and travel at the same time to meet him, I do not think it's worth the risk.
Let's
Right.
oh, maybe we could Thibodeaux. Maybe we could get an escort as official business as the emissaries. We're on our way to a diplomatic mission.
Get on those.
Word
Griffins.
is that there's troops moving out, headed north. I mean, there's a chance that maybe the roads are well protected right now.
Can we ride with them for a while?
Is there like someone from the Lord's Alliance, or not Lord's Alliance, but like, is there like a captain or official looking soldier nearby who we can ask about?
there's a guard standing at behind you at the entrance to the switchbacks leading up to Castle Waterdeep.
Can I ask him if the roads are safe and guarded with the like military moving out? Would it be safe to travel?
You asking?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
We need.
What the hell?
I don't know. I haven't been outside of Waterdeep in a long time. It's dangerous out there. I don't leave the city walls. But I don't know. You wanna? Hold on. Are you Thibodeaux?
Yes.
Oh, I've heard about you. Hold on. And he turns around. And he calls up, "Hey!" And waves to someone that's like sort of up the switchbacks that you can't see. And after a little while, that person walks down, and they are wearing the garb of the Lord's Alliance.
And they say, "Hey, what do you want? What are you looking? What's up? What's the matter?"
I am inquiring about the safety of the North Furrow.
Well, I wouldn't travel it at night, you know what I mean? It's not safe at night, but during the day, you can take your chances. It's not as safe as it was some years back, but it's guarded at various increments by members of the Lord's Alliance, so, you know, you can take your chances.
But within this half-day's ride, would there be likely to encounter any trouble along the way?
Oh,
Well,
it's not a half day. I mean, and he looks to his superior. He says, "It's about what is it? On a horse? It's, 2 days, day and a half. Yeah.
Oh no,
Day and a half, two.
We're only trying to get to rendezvous with our
Transport.
transport. Yes.
I don't
What kind
think
of-
this guy speaks French?
What kind of transport do you guys? What transport do you guys have?
It's well, perhaps you saw it.
Wait! Oh! And he like freaks out. Oh! You mean? And he
Yes.
points. It's like, oh, you mean? Oh, he's with the. We thought you were going to attack. Oh man, I thought I was going to die.
Oh, actually, could you spare an escort to help us get there? We need to get there right away, and it's official business for Lyrel Silverhand.
Maybe a wagon is headed that way, and we could just hop on inside and rest a little.
He looks to his superior.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a resupply line going out tomorrow at some time, but unless you're part of that detachment, it's going to be hard to make yourself a part of it. You know, it's an R&R, reinforcement and resupply. There's some damage to the walls, and they're trying to rebuild it and restock the stores with food and whatnot. So,
We are on official Lord's Alliance business.
We need to go now.
I think it leaves tomorrow. I don't know what time though.
You come
Do
and
you have
do something.
griffins?
Oh well.
Could we have like a griffin ride or something? Maybe some turkey legs? I'm just eating something from my pack right now.
Just eating another ration.
You
My
could hire a
metabolism.
horse. You could hire a horse. You could try to talk your way onto a resupply chain, or you could go look for someone who's heading in that way. I don't know what else to tell you, really.
Yeah, you might want to go try the gate. Just stand at the gate, see people moving, and just ask them if they can, you know, help you not get attacked or something. You know.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your assistance.
Yeah, no
Very
problem.
helpful. Super, super helpful, guys. Thank you.
Thibodeaux. Thibodeaux. Cloud giant friend Thibodeaux. Wow. I never thought that I'd meet the famous Thibodeaux. Amazing. Amazing. I can't wait.
Oh, would you like to meet a cloud giant?
Which one are you talking to?
To the one that's geeking out.
Oh, would I like to meet a cloud giant? Oh, man. Oh, I would never. And he looks to his superior and says, oh, I better not. I better not.
Well, I mean, imagine, talk about a story to last you for, oh, God, the mind reels, 80, 90, 120
Dine out
parties.
on it for the rest of your life.
Oh, that could be the talk of the town. I met the cloud giant. He picked me up.
I'm on duty.
It was okay.
I'm on duty. I'm on duty until tomorrow morning. I wouldn't be able to leave. I can't just leave my post and lose my job.
best you can. You can leave your post, maybe steal some griffins and some turkey legs.
I just want to be explicitly clear. I cannot leave my post right now. My superior is standing
talks to a guy
right
for
next to
40
me,
minutes.
and I really can't.
All right, you have a good night. I toss him.
so much.
I toss him one of the
But if you
boomerangs.
come back here, what is? Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Come back tomorrow morning.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Thibodeaux. As you guys walk away, okay. So look, you guys, it's up to you. You guys can go back to Zephyros. You'd have to leave now to get there by tomorrow. Well, no, you could spend the night. It's a half day's ride. You left him last night, so if you stay the night somewhere and left, you could make it to Zephyros.
Then let's stay the night.
Oh, we
somewhere.
didn't stay the night. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought,
you can-
I thought by morning Zephyros was turned into a pumpkin.
John, I don't think so. 24 hours. You left in the evening. You
He
got to
said
Sonora.
24 hours.
Yeah, he said 24 hours.
Yeah.
You guys left in the
That's a
evening. This
sweet
whole thing has
transpo.
been in
One
the.
night.
Yeah. So
My God.
yeah,
I'm so tired.
and then you could,
Yeah,
you know.
it's all right.
I just also want to remind you that. How do I put this?
When we get stabbed in the heart by a Zen while we
well,
sleep.
I just, okay, as you guys are standing here in Waterdeep, one of the things that's maybe possibly crossing your minds is the fact that you had the Zentarum pursuing you from Nightstone. You made it into Waterdeep and were immediately intercepted by the Zentarum. You were brought to the leader of the Zentarum, who showed you a gate opening to hell and asked you to return a book. And you now have that book, the page of that book, in your possession.
Yeah.
And one thing that's crossing your mind is you're tired, you're exhausted. All you want is to rest and eat and sit in a tavern, but you're looking around and the shadows are starting to feel darker. The mist is starting to impede some of your vision.
Okay,
You
thanks.
look, you could push on. If you push on, you're in a spot. If you push on and don't sleep, you will start incurring points of exhaustion. Okay? You don't necessarily know this city very well. And there are one, if not two factions now that know who you are. Mirt believes that you're lying. And
right.
believes that you have the Book of Vile Darkness. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying a night in an inn could be relaxing. And I'm going to roll some dice and see also what could happen. So, these are the things that are...
In this case, it might be best for us to shelter under the protection of the Lord's Alliance.
Well, I made a gambit for that and was didn't even get a voucher out of it. So
Well, I mean, if we go over to the West Gate or wherever the North Furrow goes out to, where these detachments are coming out, if we bunk up somewhere around a bunch of, military folk, we're not likely to get stabbed in our sleep.
sure, yes.
I mean, would the Zens even stab us in our sleep? Wouldn't they just take the page and go?
How do they know where the page is?
Well, I think we tell them that we don't have it, and that they're what's his name?
Snail.
Alan?
Lassus.
Oh,
He turned.
Well, obviously, I'm not going to tell them, but I'm just saying in the hypothetical that they are tracking us and after us, they might assume we have the page, that's all.
maybe we
I'm
should
tired,
hire.
I'm not thinking straight.
I'm not
Let's
thinking
just
straight
do
either.
one thing or the
We
other.
should, hire around a good fast horses and just ride fast through, push through. Maybe that's the. Outrun any dangers. Get there. Once we're in that lovely castle in the sky, I miss it. I've been thinking about it.
Worthy, you could fall asleep on the back of my horse.
maybe we should. Maybe it's getting a little hot to stay in.
Let's hire
Stay
some
in the-
horses.
Stay in the
Let's go.
WD.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
You, boy, sir. Where can we hire some good fast horses?
Hire some good fast horses. Well,
Bear no expense.
oh, you want the good ones, huh? All right. Well,
Strong ones.
yeah, I think,
Ones that can evade and outmaneuver.
you're gonna want to go to Lap Millblood's stables in the Trades Ward. What you're gonna do, you're gonna go straight until you hit Snail Street, and once you go along Soothsayer's Way, you're gonna want to take a right down the Way of the Dragon. Go all the way down the Way of the Dragon until you pass the Honorable Knight. You're gonna see the Honorable Knight. Go right past him, and on the way down, all the way down, you're going to get to basically where it meets just before you get in, and then that's Lap's place right there. You can't miss it. It's got a big sign that says Lap Millblood's Stables right there.
So maybe not the best, the closest.
All the way to the south of. No, we're not going.
Yeah,
there.
where are the closest horses?
We're not going back down towards the dock.
Oh, all right.
We need to go right now.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would just then maybe hit Kenrick's. Kenrick's.
Where's that?
He points. He's like, "Oh, it's right there," and you can
Right.
you can see that
Good. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Kenrick's stables is right there, and there is one horse in the front that looks to be a skeleton. It's
And
cheap.
that's it.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got more in the back, I think. You just go talk to him.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Kendrick. Oh, I'm Captain Chowder.
Make your way
I'd like
up.
to charter a 4 horses.
Yes, 4 horses.
I don't trust this guy.
Yes, and we need to leave right away.
Oh, then you've come to the right place. Please come in. Have a look at my wares.
Yes. Oh,
And he
good.
beckons you into the stables.
We're looking for 4 horses that are maybe the most alive ones you have and the youngest. Now don't
Oh, yes.
don't fuck with me, sir. I'm so sorry to charisma is
tired.
not my strength. It's been a long night,
Yeah.
but I know my animals. Okay? So I will know the good ones from the bad ones. Give us the best ones and we will give you a good price, okay?
Oh, yes, follow me.
All
And
right.
he beckons you down into the stables, and he comes to a few doors, and he opens them, and he brings out...
Whoa. Bring the horses out to us. I'm so tired of following people into dark places.
Yeah, bring them all out. We'll do a little kind of sort of parade.
Yes, of course, as you wish. My pleasure. And he goes in, and he's sort of very pale. He looks very thin, has stringy blonde hair, and he brings out 4 horses that look like they've seen better days, but they're upright and they're breathing.
Can
All
I
right.
intimidate him and make sure that these are the best ones?
Make an intimidation check.
Sure.
Listen, what's your name? Buddy? Dendrick?
Kedrick?
Kenrick.
Kendrick. Okay, Kendrick. I just want to make sure that you're not trying to screw us over or anything like that, and these are your actual best horses, because if for some reason they are not, I will murder you and all your family. If it's the last thing I do. Intimidation roll.
Unfortunately, these are the only horses I
Damn it.
currently have available.
Maybe
All the other
we
ones.
Don't lead with that.
Okay, sorry. It's so hot in my room. Can I'm in my personal space. I need to walk away for a second. I'll be right back.
fine,
I'm
it
just
happens
so
all-
angry.
Yes.
Happens all the time. 10 gold each, if you'd like to buy them.
Worthy cast the thaumaturgy cantrip so that infernal whispers fill the space. And they just whisper in infernal And she speaks over it, just saying like, do you know we're on a mission against the forces of hell and darkness? And all those who stand in our way would be seen as allies in the war.
Kenrick, make a wisdom saving throw.
They would be claimed, dragged into the depths of Avernus, turned.
You know it's a spell.
Dang.
I've heard that one before.
All right, how about we pay the man and hit the road?
Would you like the horses? Yes? No? Yes?
Yes, we would.
Fine. Yes. Fine.
10 gold each.
That normally works.
I slap 41 gold in his palm.
All right,
you
mark
you
down
have a good
41
night.
gold out of your character sheet. Okay, you guys get these horses. You hop onto these horses. Everyone make an animal handling check, real quick, just to see. Animal handling check.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Yes.
Used up all my good rolls with that one lie to the
All
Lord's
right,
words.
Worthy, you get the scraggliest mare of them all, and it just looks like it's got hatred in its eyes. And you are trying to wrangle it, but luckily the average of everyone else's checks, the horse looks to the other horses that seem to be fairly calm, and you guys get on the horses. You guys heading back to Zephyros?
Let's ride him hard.
Yes.
All right. So you
Are
guys.
you like really hurting right now? How many hit points do you?
No, it's not that I'm hurting. It's that I've used almost all of my spells up,
Oh, okay.
and I'm
All right.
a little
We'll
tired.
ride fast.
You guys hop onto these horses and begin making your way down the streets of Waterdeep. Oops, you guys can see that. There we go. And as you guys hightail it out of the town, you can see that a solid rain has begun to now fall. The mist has turned into a solid pitter-patter, and you're wiping the wetness off of your eyes, trying to see as best you can. But as you approach, as you approach the gate, you do look up and you can see these huge statues that you had seen flying in, just intimidatingly hovering above you. And you make it out of the river gate.
Rooster says to Worthy, I hate this art. I cannot say it enough. I find it very predictable.
And as you guys continue forward, you ride through the night. Everyone is going to take a point of exhaustion. So what that means is that you have disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws. They need to double check until you take a long rest. All right?
All right, let's just get there.
You ride down the hill out of Waterdeep and out along the plains. As you go, you can see that the road leads you through what looks to be a fairly sprawling bit of land filled with farms. You saw it as you were flying over it, and you keep going and continue onward until off in the distance, just as the sun begins to peak above the mountains, you can now see Zephyros's cloud tower.
Oh, what a beautiful sight. I can't wait for that old lummox to pick me up and just let me give his nose a big old hug.
Oh, that beautiful cloud smoke.
As
I'm never touching it again.
Don't speak too soon.
as you approach,
We're practically there.
you can see the cloud stairs begin to appear, and they reach the ground just as you, exhausted, step off your horses.
made it.
Are you stepping off your horses?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not going to do one of those Thibodeaux from last time.
Okay. And
All right.
begin to ascend.
trusty mare. You're free. Go on now. No, you go on.
you slap its butt, and it just stays exactly where it is. These are not the smartest animals.
All right. Well, good luck out there, bossy. And I ascend the steps.
Okay.
Oh, so tired.
How's the tower looking? Does it look the same, or is there anything that could potentially be off about it?
Make a perception check.
We're thinking good thoughts. I'm just tired.
Oh, there we go. Everything. I mean, it looks like a big old tower on top of a cloud. There's nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. Yeah, it looks like the one that you saw that you left.
Before I ascend the cloud stairs, I'd like to look at all of the horses and turn my nose into a wolf muzzle and go, "You go home now."
They all just
Thank you.
yeah run off in completely different directions.
Oh no.
All right. Then.
Well, the circle of nature, guys. The cycle of violence. What is it called?
As you walk up the
Survival of
steps.
the
Cycle of
fittest.
abuse.
The crown of madness.
It's to be or not to be. I'm pretty sure.
Time is a
As you
flat
guys
circle.
Yeah,
are
and
walking
Kate
up the
Bush
steps.
wrote about it.
Eventually,
Kate Bush is, of course, a bush I met one time.
as you get to the top, you see this
Exactly.
towering statue above you, this towering tower above you, with the huge blue curtains that are billowing in the wind. You look down and you can see that the steps are starting to.
Zephyros, we're home. Hello?
Oh
Hello? Zephyros? Hello? Uh-oh. Well, maybe he's sleeping. Can you hear any sort of giant-like snore?
Make a perception check.
You said that like, go ahead and make a perception check, but no. All right, if he's snoring, I heard it. You're snoring. I'll hear it.
You can make out
Yes, what can I hear?
the unmistakable heavy breathing, magnified tenfold from this huge behemoth of a being, but probably way up in the second story of his tower.
Oh, what am I thinking? He's sleeping, of course. Tell you what.
Middle of the night, yeah.
Yes, I forget the time. Let's all tuck her in. Let's not wake up this poor bastard right now. And in the morning we can just make breakfast and swap stories.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll skip breakfast. I don't actually eat.
Yeah, I'm
Taste
just gonna lay
taste
down
the
in a
food,
corner
Cap?
somewhere.
Okay.
I'm snuggling in next to Cap, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
what food do you miss?
to answer your question, Rooster, it's been so long now. I've accepted it as a sort of part of my life for now, and I don't really miss it. Chocolate milk sometimes. I did like
I miss
Think
chocolate
you-
milk too.
I think you should just own it and stop pretending like you can still smell and everything. You'd accept it.
Yeah, it's just don't want you all to feel awkward or I don't know.
If we can still look Rooster in the eyes after seeing that bath in the sewers, then honestly, it's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, Cap, you just be yourself.
Yeah, maybe it is time to stop being polite.
Yeah, it's time to start getting real.
As you guys make your way into your cloud tower, you walk through the billowing blue curtains and find yourself once again in this towering structure. Now all of you can hear the unmistakable half heavy breathing, half snores of Zephyros up above. And it's a,
Any place looks suitable for a shut-eye?
he had mentioned that you could stay on this floor. This is for the podcasters. He mentioned that you could stay on this floor, and that you were more than welcome to like set up camp, whatever you would use to sleep outside. You could do that here. All of the furniture is giant size.
All right. Well, it's been a hell of a day. Heck of a day. Sorry. Rest easy. I'll watch over you.
Thanks, Kip. And Rooster starts undressing. Because Rooster just can't sleep. Not in the nude.
Pretty soon, Rooster's naked,
Not again.
And bent over, just doing
Stretching,
a little stretching
yep.
before
Plenty of
he
room.
falls asleep.
Plenty of room.
But I'm like a little too
Just,
close
like-
to everybody.
yeah.
Crawls under a piece of furniture and turns her head away from Rooster, just like, oh, no.
Great.
Clams against the wall, everybody.
Thibodeaux,
Was
you
that on
bedding down?
here? That was not on here. Sorry, everybody.
You bedding down, Pee-wee?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
everyone.
I've already been. Yeah.
Pee-wee's out. Everyone falls asleep. You guys sleep for the majority of the day, and when you wake up, you all feel rested. You have all your hit points back, all your spells back, and the odd experience that you have is waking up and seeing this towering figure. I mean, standing just dozens and dozens and dozens of feet above you with this huge smile on his face.
Hey guys, nice to see you again. Nice to see you guys again. How's it going?
You too, Zephyros! We missed
Oh, I missed you, old buddy. It felt great coming back.
Yeah, man, I didn't expect to see you. I thought you were gone for good, especially when the Lord's Alliance came and, started asking questions. I thought that was it. But, yeah, man, welcome back to the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Zephyros, let me ask you, does this castle have a name?
I don't know, man. I don't know if my brother Mithros named it or not. I just call it Old Faithful, you know what I'm saying? Old Faithful.
That's wonderful. Just curious.
As he bangs on the ground or the walls, all of you are sort of like popcorn on a trampoline. You know what I mean? Just like jumping up and down.
What? You guys ready to go to Bryn Shander?
Well, actually, Zephyrs, we might have a little stop to make before that.
Yeah, where are you going?
Well, there's some trouble up in Golden Fields, and maybe you could help us. Seems like the hill giants up there are acting up. Really making a hash of things for the farmers and the supply chain and all that. And, well, might be nice to have someone of your stature to go up there and crack the whip on those nasty hill giants.
Oh, sure, yeah. I can take you to Golden Fields. It won't take that long, only a few hours, probably. If that's where you're going. I heard those hill giants were doing a lot of plundering.
Yeah.
And Cap's family, we found out that they're there.
Yeah, I'll need a little time to ask around. I've got some leads actually on my wife and daughter.
Oh, man, that's great, man. So it worked. The cloud writing worked?
It looks like it may have helped a great deal. And
You're the best, Zephyros.
thank you, Zephyros. I can't thank you enough.
Oh, my pleasure, man. I'm so happy it worked out for you, So it so rarely does. All right, guys. Here we go. I'm just going to get over to the navigation orb. Now, I'm going to drop you at Golden Fields, right? But I just got to tell you, that's the end of the road for old Zephyros. He's going back to the Moonshay Isles, and you got to keep on the trail of whoever abducted Hecaton,
Well, we'll sure miss you.
Yeah, I'll miss you too, little buddy.
Can you give us any time when you drop us? So we could maybe come with you and help you?
No, man, that's it. I gotta be on my way. I've already dallied long enough,
Understood.
All right.
Zephyros, the art there was so bad. They put gold on everything. It was awful.
It's a strong choice. Yeah. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah!
Buckle up. And he takes his hand and he puts it on the navigation orb, and you can feel the cloud castle kind of shake a little bit, and takes off into the air.
Great. And you guys sort of feel the ground beneath you begin to move again, and then right itself, and then you begin to roll through the skies. As you look out the doorway, a huge archway behind you, you can actually see the top of Mount Waterdeep as the now evening sun is setting behind it. And the city looks as illustrious as it did, albeit now that it is possibly filled with enemies. And as you guys make your way, I'll say that it takes the total of it takes about a day and a half to make it all the way to Golden Fields.
A few hours, Zephyros?
Yeah.
We're talking time.
Sorry, man, the clouds have sort of distorted my sense of time.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, you're forgiven. It's a ticketable offense.
But as you guys approach, you do see finally Golden Fields.
Okay.
And
different vibe.
as you begin to make your way, Zephyros tells you to sort of run outside, and you can see that this town is a huge, I mean, the size of a few of Waterdeep's districts, surrounded by a wall. You've been traveling over hill country, and this is located on the top of one of the larger hills in town. And as you approach, you can see that it looks like it has districts of its own, but the districts that it has are different vegetation. You can see that there seems to be an entire field of rice paddies. There looks to be an entire, almost, again, district of apple orchards and hay fields. And in the center looks to be some kind of concentric circle collection of long houses. And they're at the apex of this collection of abodes. You can see a small, looks to be stone abbey. Seems to be the centralized location of the entire place.
Abbey. They say
And
Abbey.
as you get relatively close to be able to see all this, Zephyros slowly brings things to a stop and lets the cloud stairs appear, and lets you gently and I don't know, you guys want to say goodbye to each other?
Zephyros, it's been such a pleasure and an honor. You're a wonderful person to know. Thank you.
My pleasure. Happy to be of service.
You guys,
Always had a
Kirby, my proud cloud
Rooster's been singing for
friend.
days. This is just a day and a half. Rooster, are you
she
wearing
got
clothes?
into the Nimbus, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to think that Rooster and
I'm
Zephyros.
high and wrote a song.
Yeah. I like to-
Rooster, enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like your tolerance
good
for
stuff.
Nimbus, like sort of increased, and you actually enjoyed the last few tokes.
Have a good time. Thanks, buddy.
And
Worthy turns around to Zephyros and just says, Zephyros, in your travels between the planes and your reading and studies, have you ever come across a safe way to contain parts of the Book of Vile Darkness?
Whoa! Didn't think that was coming out of your mouth.
I like to ask all really important questions in the last 5 minutes of knowing somebody.
You didn't frame that one. You just kind of ran into it. It's okay.
It's my way. It's just my way.
Yeah, that's a good question. Not that I know of. it's something that you're gonna have to ask the higher plane deities. You know, those who are higher in the planes of existence than mere giants. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, you know, but if you do happen to encounter a god or a godlike creature, it might be good to ask them that, you know.
All right.
Thanks, Jeff.
Appreciate it.
That's good, actionable advice.
Sure, and you know, if you ask the monks in Golden Fields about their secret herb garden, they're gonna tell you it doesn't exist, but, you know, keep asking them about it, because it's really good stuff. See you guys later!
And you guys,
just fucking...
yeah, you guys. I don't know exactly how that conversation took place, but I imagine that you guys are now on the ground and the steps safely left.
He was leaning out the window, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like right there.
And you guys turn and probably, you know, he wanted to leave you off a few miles away from the entrance of Golden Fields, just to not, again, people are a little bit freaked out by the presence of giants at the moment. But you guys make your way. It's about, let's say, it's getting into the evening as you approach the gates of Golden Fields. And with that, we are going to call it an evening. Thank you guys
Gods. The
so
abbey,
much.
They worship in the abbey.
I wonder which
First
gods.
place we're going, so.
I wonder what these chaos monkeys are going to do next week on The Familiars. I can guarantee you one thing, it is not going to be anything that I plan. And that's the wonder of this game. I am so happy that you watched with us. I'm so happy that you're along for the journey with us. Tune in next week for more of The Familiars. And as per usual, our intent is all for your delight. Peace out, guys. I thought that I'd fix this. Here, let me turn this off.